in spurts, but when it happens in spurts, it happens real big.
It is. They're turning the ball over, like you said, in spurts, and they're not getting back in transition, which constitutes a double negative. You don't want to turn the ball over and not get back and give up easy buckets.
They shot 49% in that losing effort against the L.A. Sparks. They were 7 of 15 from downtown. They've always been one of the league's top three-point shooting teams. So certainly not a club that you can just look at their record and say should be an easy W.
Exactly. You're going to have to play extremely hard to beat this team. And once they get iron out a couple of wrinkles, they're going to be a tough team to beat. They're shooting the ball extremely well, and they're actually doing the right things at this point of the game.
Of course, this is a Charlotte team that a lot of fans come in here and they're looking down there saying something is a little bit different. Well, the uniforms, the colors, everything is different in Charlotte. Of course, with the new ownership there under Bob Johnson. The Bobcats, their NBA brethren, will take off this fall, but they have changed the colors from teal to orange, black, blue. And we are underway here in downtown Phoenix. Stinson and company win the opening tip. And it's Stinson out of the angle right, being defended by another veteran, and Nikki McCray. Pass down inside to Sutton-Brown. She's tripped on the way up by DeForge. Here comes Phoenix on the run. Fishes down to McCray. And that is something that Charlotte does not want to see Phoenix do a lot of tonight, is running.
Exactly. This is a team that has struggled in transition from the start of the season.
McCray swings it up top of the key, puts it on the floor to Williams. Williams spin in the paint, little pull-up, got it.
That's something they need to do all night long, is penetrate hard from the high post area and make Charlotte play defense.
Williams only playing 6 minutes in that victory on Wednesday afternoon as Feaster tries to shake free from DeForge. Goes top of the key now to Staley. Puts it on the floor. Takes it down the left side of the lane. Being defended there by Taurasi. Staley gets the shot back over to Feaster. Lines up the three. Misfires there. Taylor on the rebound. These are the two worst rebounding teams in the league. Williams gets the front court feed from Taurasi. Comes off the baseline. Now Taurasi off the top of the key. One hands a pass under the angle right now to McCray. Looks down to the low block to Williams. Over the shoulder pass to Taylor. Cutting in. Put a shot up. She is fouled on the way up. Beautiful pass there by Adrian Williams.
Right, the Mercury doing a great job of sharing the wealth here early. Moving, cutting, getting the backdoor cuts, and looking to get the easy baskets.
So we mentioned the rebounding has been a problem for both these teams, with Phoenix coming out with an impressive rebounding effort in the win on Wednesday afternoon against the Connecticut Sun, and due in large part to the play of one Lynette Pearson as she came up with her first double-double, pulled down a career-high 10 rebounds.
Exactly. Lynette came in and gave the Mercury the energy they needed off the bench, and like you said, the rebounding.
Taylor at the line, gets the 2 free throws, and it's a quick 4-0 lead here for Phoenix. Stinson, one hands a quick pass up into the front court. Charlotte, not ordinarily a team that likes to run, but when it's that wide open, you got to take advantage of it, and Stinson did just that.
Exactly.
Sutton-Brown with an easy lay-in there for the Sting. McCray posting up down low on Stinson. Has it knocked free from behind. DeForge inbound. 18 seconds left on the shot clock. 4-2 Phoenix lead. Out to Taylor. Taylor on the dribble drive is cut off there by Smith-Taylor. Left wing. Taurasi, high arching three. Takes a high bounce off the back of the iron and touches the shot clock. So it'll be Charlotte basketball.
I look for Charlotte to push the ball when it's there a lot of times, and if not, walk it up. They're, like you said, they're a veteran team, and Dawn's she's going to push it if it's there. Otherwise, they're going to look to slow it up and massage the clock.
Well, Stinson and Staley, those two players alone, if they're on the break, they still have the ability to score off of that. Smith-Taylor up top of the key, being defended by the long arms of Adrian Williams, forcing her back, further back now as the ball breaks free. Staley recovers it. Staley up top, comes off the screen. Keeps bouncing to her left. Nowhere to go. 4 on the shot clock. Smith-Taylor spins off the low block left. Put the shot up, and a shot clock violation. Nice job of defending there by the Mercury.
Exactly. Great weak side help.
.42 is the score here. Opening moments of play. Feaster trying to deny Taurasi the ball. So Penny Taylor will bring it up. Gets the Mercury into their offense. Passes up high onto the right wing to McCray. looks across, top of the key, out between the rings to Taurasi. Bounce pass, left wing now Taylor. Taylor looks for the cutter, finds DeForge. Quick pull-up, 16-footer on the way. Missing everything there. A rare, ugly shot from Anna DeForge. You just don't see that too much. DeForge coming off an 8-point effort in the win with just 4 of 11 on Wednesday afternoon.
Exactly, but the good thing, she stayed focused and stayed with her shot.
Hit a couple of big ones late. Staley out of the corner, nowhere to go. Williams forcing a steal. Up into the front court comes the A-Train. Loses the ball on the way up. Never could really gain control of it, and that's always a problem when your center has the ball out in the open floor.
Right, that's why they say never let the post handle the ball in the open court.
Sometimes they see that wide open path to the basket, and
the eyes get too big.
4-2 the count here. Phoenix on top. Staley out of the angle right. Named the Atlantic 10 Coach of the Year this year as Sutton-Brown gets loose inside. Nice pass over the top from Staley as Adrian Williams was trying to front Tammy Sutton-Brown. 6'4", former first-round pick. Too much size there.
Exactly. I look for the Sting to post up quite a bit today. They have a big presence in Sutton-Brown, and their offense is geared toward the high-low and getting their post players the ball.
Well, you mentioned their post. Charlotte Smith-Taylor having an outstanding season so far, as last year come off of a very subpar campaign, averaged 3.5 points, 2.2 rebounds, only 16 minutes. But this season she is really putting up some impressive numbers. Unfortunately, it hasn't been seen in the win column.
Exactly.
Sutton-Brown with the 2 free throws ties us up at 4. Taylor quickly on the inbound as they continue to try to deny Taurasi the ball. Taurasi on the drive. Kick it into the corner to McRae. And last touch by Nikki McRae. She's waving that Stinson got a hand on it. Well, it's pretty clear that Trudy Lacey is taking the view that somebody else can beat us, just not Diana Taurasi tonight.
Exactly. I don't think they're going to allow the rookie to outshine him here tonight. But I think she's going to hold her own. Staley gets inside to Charlotte Smith-Taylor, and boy, a bailout call there as Smith-Taylor dragging her pivot foot. What clearly should have been a travel instead will be a foul charged on Penny Taylor. Exactly. But I guess Charlotte says she'll take it. Smith-Taylor, an assistant coach at her alma mater, graduating from UNC in 1995. The Sting seem to have a lot of coaches on their sideline at transition. Well, they really do. As we mentioned, Dawn Staley doing a marvelous job there at Temple, Atlantic 10 Coach of the Year. And of course, named the head coach there at Temple back in 2000, taking the club to the NCAA tournament a couple of times already. 2 free throws up and good, so it's a 6-4 Sting lead. Pearson on the floor now for Adrian Williams. Taurasi takes the feed as Feaster steps up, swats the basketball away. Taurasi recovers in the backcourt. Pass up into the front court now to Taylor. Taylor up high, looks down low to McRae. McRae looking for DeForge, put it on the floor, quick pull up, right wing jumper, can't get it. Sutton-Brown pulls down the rebound. Well, you've got to be impressed so far from the Charlotte defense. They're making things a challenge, to say the least, here in the early going for Phoenix. Oh, they're definitely getting out there. It wasn't a question, I guess, for me that they wouldn't play tough defense. Stinson slips inside, little right-hand jump hook over the outstretched hands of Anna DeForge, and she knocks it down to an 8-4 Charlotte lead. That's Anna one person we don't want to let get hot here today. She's been pretty cool the beginning part of the season, and we don't want to let her get hot today because she can go for some big numbers. Yeah, Andrea Stinson, truly one of the best in the league. Former runner-up for MVP. Timeout on the floor. 15-19 to play here in the first half. It's an 8-4 Sting lead.
A lot of folks ask me, how'd you catch such a big fish without using any bait?
4 Charlotte lead. Phoenix basketball coming out of the timeout. Nicole Powell, the former Mountain Point standout here from Arizona, Stanford, 2-time All-American. Makes her first appearance this evening. The 3rd overall pick in this year's WNBA draft. DeForge gets tied up outside by Staley. Drops it into the corner now to Taylor. Quick feed on the cut down inside of McCray. McCray trying to muscle one up on Powell, and just too much size differential there. Charlotte doing a nice job of ball denial so far tonight. Powell way outside, being defended by Taylor. Sends it top of the key now to Smith-Taylor. Up high now to Feaster. Feaster looking across top of the key now to Staley. Taurasi defending on her. Finds the cutting Powell. Powell pull up on the free throw line extended. Nice soft touch. And Nicole Powell with her first points tonight. Powell comes in averaging just around 10 minutes a ball game. Still trying to absorb the professional game. Pearson swings down inside. Blocked from behind on the shot by Sutton-Brown. Quick outlet pass to Feaster. Feaster getting away with a turnover, but now Phoenix brings it right back. DeForge step back into the corner. Taylor on the post up with Staley on her hip. Backing down into the corner. DeForge dialing long distance and missing badly again. So two very ugly shots here in the opening moments of play by Anna DeForge. And fortunately, Phoenix gets it back as a result of another Charlotte turnover. These are those little clusters that Trudy Lacey was talking about.
Exactly. They keep shooting themselves in the foot. They get two open court looks at the basket, and they end up in turnovers.
Coach Kerry Graff's going to call a quick 20-second timeout. Well, Mercury fans, Westcore and the Phoenix Mercury got a special offer for you. Purchase your tickets in the Camp Westcore section at a special discounted price, and you could be one of the 50 lucky people selected to enjoy an exclusive pregame party. You may be a Mercury player and have the Inhale Life Kids Zone all to yourselves before doors are open to the public. Visit PhoenixMercury.com and click on the Camp Westcore icon. Don't miss out on this great opportunity. Well, as pleased as Coach Kerry Graff was with her team's play the other day, can't be real happy with what she is seeing so far. The question, Tanya Edwards, is it what Charlotte is doing to them offensively or what Phoenix is not, carrying out?
It's probably a little bit of both. The Mercury needs to be a little bit more patient and run their sets.
Pearson bounces out high to take the feed. Now dribbles off the left elbow, circles back around, hands it off to Taurasi. Taurasi looks across the floor now to McCray. Out on the right wing to DeForge, looking back across. Put it on the floor, back down, spin, up off the window, and got it. Boy, a tough little fading kiss off the glass. As a result, first 2 points of the night for Anna DeForge. Sometimes she needs a higher degree of difficulty in her shot for it to go down. Those easy ones just don't seem to do the trick.
Exactly. You saw her with the wide open shot in the corner there, and she couldn't bury it, and she had to do a little twirl to get the shot to go down for her.
Tanisha Lewis slipped inside, missed on that shot, so Phoenix coming back the other end. Still trailing 10-6. Taurasi dials long distance, can't get the mark, but Pearson fighting for the offensive rebound. Boy, Pearson already making an impact. DeForge way out on the angle left, looks for the cutter. Instead, Taylor meets it up high. Taurasi posting up, back outside to Taylor. She'll shoot the wide open three. No good. Pearson, another offensive rebound.
And that's exactly why she's in there. She gives them the boards that they need.
Career high 10 in the last game. Taurasi finding the cutting Pearson. Step back, shoot it, get it. 2-point game. Charlotte still leads it 10-8. 12:25 to play in the first half. Mara Moore, Timo as she's called by her teammates up at the scorer's table. Staley out of the angle left. Looks down inside for Sutton-Brown. Pearson fronting on her, off to Powell. Powell on a running pass. Has it deflected. Staley kick it out right wing, but a foul called on the dribble penetration. This will be charged on Taurasi, and boy, she has apparently had her picture posted in the officials' locker room before the game. Because they have no trouble identifying number 3.
Yeah, she's not getting any breaks here. You would think the first-round draft pick will get a break here and there, but they're not cutting her any slack.
No favorites so far. Staley off the inbound. Tamara Moore checks in. Pass out of the angle left to Powell. Powell sends it out top of the key now to Smith-Taylor. She'll put it on the floor. One dribble off to Tanisha Lewis, former Houston Comet. Now we'll have a foul called away from the ball. This is going to be charged on Penny Taylor. That'll be the first on Taylor. Timeout on the floor. 11:57 to play here in the first half. It's a 2-point game. Charlotte leading at 10-8.
check.
The NBA Finals from America West Arena here in downtown Phoenix. It's a 10-8 Charlotte lead. And neither team at this point lighten things up as Charlotte shooting 37%. Phoenix just 3 of 11 for 27%. And the #1 3-point shooting team in the league, 0 of 4 beyond the arc.
Exactly. They've gotten some great looks at the basket. They're just yet to bury it just yet. But I don't look for that to continue.
Well, that's been the one thing really outside of that Seattle game that this club with the coaching staff has done a nice job of making adjustments and following through on that.
Exactly.
As we noted, Diana Taurasi's birthday tonight. So is Scorch, who apparently has some friends in town, and they've already managed to make a mess down on the other end.
Yeah, they got too much partying.
Charlotte on the inbound. They'll bring it out to Staley. Former Virginia standout. Olympian. Taurasi steps out defensively on her and out of Powell. Powell, quick pass down inside to Olympia Scott Richardson. Signed as a free agent in the offseason. Staley, quick pull-up shot, and that is not her comfort zone. And he showed right there, shot a bad air ball. So here comes Phoenix on the run. Taylor, quick stop, right wing. Looks across the floor, now finds DeForge out between the rings. Flips a pass down to Taurasi. Taurasi tries to get it inside, and Olympia Scott Richardson sticking an arm out and trying to slow down Flynette Pearson, and that will be a good matchup to watch. Scott Richardson had a great season a couple of years ago, but a knee injury took her out last season, and really fighting back. But back in 2002, she had a great campaign for the Indiana Fever as Taylor slips inside. Tough runner off the window, a little too strong. Here comes Charlotte on the run. 10-8 lead for the Sting. Sharika Wright getting ready to check in, the rookie. Scott Richardson bottled up top of the key. Now they switch out. Staley controls. Feeds it top of the key. Now she cuts inside, puts a little running scoop shot up with the right hand, and a beautiful play there by Dawn Staley, the veteran. 12-8 Charlotte lead. Rossi will walk it up as they've switched out. Tanisha Lewis now defending on DT. Tamara Moore trying to spin, shakes free on Powell. Out between the rings. Off the left elbow, Taurasi. Kick it out on the angle left to DeForge. Back to DeForge from Taurasi. Little pull-up on the baseline. No good. Pearson getting inside. It's Scott Richardson who clears the rebound. Outlet now to Powell. Powell underhands a pass now to Lewis. Lewis comes up front court, left sideline. And she'll circle back around and take it out between the rings. DeForge defending on her, bumping her out off of her spot. Lewis on the dribble drive, gets inside and got a nice screen there by Olympia Scott Richardson. 14-8, 6-point Charlotte lead.
Exactly. Tanisha Lewis been giving the Sting some quality minutes.
Tamara Moore outside, trying to drive past Powell. Powell gets a hand in on it and knocks it out of bounds. Slobodan Gatuvic and Sharika Wright both coming in as DeForge and Taylor will sit down. Tuvic only played 7 minutes in the game on Wednesday, so should be well rested for this one. And they can use her size inside.
Exactly, especially going against Sutton-Brown.
Taurasi getting her first points off the inbound. Little pull-up 15-foot jumper. And it's a 4-point Charlotte lead at 14-10. A low-scoring game, which would figure to favor Charlotte right now. Powell steps back, shoots the long three. Got it.
That's another big point guard in Powell, although she's playing the 2 right now.
36% three-point shooter in her collegiate career at Stanford. And she has some pretty good range. Tuvic spinning off the baseline. Pull up on Scott Richardson. Can't knock it down. Tapped out Moore. Finds Taurasi. Taurasi trying to keep it alive and taps it off of Dawn Staley, who is giving chase. Andrea Stinson getting ready to check back in. She will come in for Staley, who will get a breather. 9:18 left to play here in the first half. It's a 17-10 Charlotte lead. They have kind of bottled up this Phoenix offense so far. Right up off the left elbow, finding Pearson. Pearson pull up, arching off the right elbow. The jumper no good, but another offensive rebound, this time by Wright.
The Mercury doing a better job of rebounding here early.
Moore on the dribble drive. Over the shoulder pass to Pearson. Put it on the floor. Splits the defense. Gets inside. Tough shot. Can't get it to go down. Now Charlotte on the run. Here comes Lewis. Front court. Flying up. Reverse left hand. Will go down. Loose ball foul called down inside. Lewis wanting a foul as well. And this foul. Loose ball.
Charlotte Smith.
Smith Taylor being charged with the personal. That'll be her first. Each team with 14 fouls. 8:48 to play here in the first half. Sting averaging right around 61 points per game. Phoenix at 68 points per game. Right outside, hands it off to Taurasi. Taurasi on the drive. Take it off the window, draw the foul, and put the hoop down. DT, once again, tremendous body control, drew the defender to her, and even better concentration.
That was a nice touch off the glass. Indeed, like you said, DT, she was able to keep her focus.
Sutton-Brown checking in here for Olympia Scott Richardson. Kelly Mazzanti on the floor now for the Sting as well. Another one of their outstanding picks. Well, this is a team that made a move in the offseason. Back in February, they picked up the 3rd and 18th pick in the 2004 draft from the Fever. In exchange, they gave up Kelly Miller and the 9th pick. And as a result, they got Nicole Powell and Kelly Mazzanti. Powell, quick bullet pass into the right wing to Mazzanti. Over to Lewis, wide open three. Can't get the connection. Taurasi rebound, outlet to Mara Moore. Moore comes flying up into the front court. Little stutter step down the right side. Looks back outside, hands it off to Taurasi. Quick pull-up, baseline J. Just a little bit off balance and couldn't get it to go down. Mazzanti with a rebound. Back come the Sting, leading it by 4, 17-13. Sutton-Brown not quite ready for that pass, but it winds up in the hands of Mazzanti. Wright defending on her. Those two familiar with one another out of the Big Ten. Penn State and Purdue. Stinson backs out, 6 on the shot clock. Crossover goes to her right. Off balance, 18-footer no good. Powell finds the air ball and quickly off the baseline puts it up and in. Boy, just tremendous court awareness and clock awareness from the rookie, Nicole Powell.
Exactly. Powell seems to be right at home here in the Purple Palace.
Tamara Moore gets inside. Gets the shot to go down, but they will wave it off. A charging call on Tamara Moore. Tough break there. Timeout on the floor. 19-13. Sting with the lead over Phoenix. We're back after this.
Pat, you know...
7:28 to play here in the first half, and a half that Coach Trudy Lacey has to be pretty pleased with. Her Charlotte Sting coming in here. The final game of a 4-game swing that has taken them all over the country. Previous stop, L.A., a stop that, or a road trip rather, that began in Connecticut. Followed with a quick stop in Indianapolis and then on to L.A. and now here in Phoenix. Stinson off the double team out of the timeout. Finds Sutton-Brown out of the corner. Hands it back to Stinson. Being harassed there by DeForge. Way outside to Smith Taylor. She'll put it on the floor. Slips inside. Wild runner. No good. Rebound Taurasi. Phoenix has numbers. 3-on-2. Here comes Sharika Wright. Bounces inside. Off the window. No good. DeForge got a hand on it. And then it was knocked out of bounds.
The Mercury doing a great job of putting ball pressure on the Sting. They're trapping off screening rolls and looking to get in the passing lane.
Boy, tough call there as it looked to be very clear that Sutton-Brown came over the top of DeForge to knock it out of bounds, but instead it'll be Charlotte basketball. And they lead it 19-13. Dawn Staley back on the floor. Sutton-Brown getting inside, works their way up. Strong move there from Tammy Sutton-Brown. 6'4" post out of Rutgers University. Number 18 pick, first round overall in 2001. Taurasi, little floater inside, can't get it. Long rebound tracked down by Stinson. Outlet front court now to Staley. Staley stops, spin off the right elbow. Pulls it back out now beyond the arc. Out of the angle right. Passing out high now to Smith Taylor. Left wing to Mazzanti. Mazzani being defended again by Sharika Wright. Way outside is Sutton-Brown. She'll put it on the floor. Drifts to her left. Off to Staley. And Tuvich a little late in getting out. And not a good foul right there.
No, especially when Dawn's going away from the basket. You really just want to contain her and keep her out in front of you.
So Tuvich will take a seat, and Katie Christensen will come in. And right now, Coach Kerry Graff looking for a group of 5 that can find some cohesiveness and consistency here. Staley off to Mazzani. Down inside is Smith Taylor, spinning up the baseline. Kick a pass, try to find Staley on the weak side, but it was batted away out of bounds by Taurasi. Stops the shot clock with 9 seconds, and the game clock with 5:49. Timeout, the 20-second TO, so we'll keep it right here. Well, Mercury fans, do you and 3 friends want to watch the game from a leather recliner couch courtside? If you want to hang out in the most comfortable seats in the house, just visit any Valley Room Store location and register to be the next winner of the Room Store Most Comfortable Seat in the House contest. The Room Store, where they put it all together to save you more. Well, the Sting shooting 44% here. Tanya Edwards and Phoenix, what points they've gotten to 13, been very difficult to come by, and as a result, shooting to 23%. What do you do to change that?
I think you need to attack the basket, look to do something different. They've been taking a lot of jump shots, so hopefully they get something going to the basket. They can get some easy points or draw a foul.
5 team fouls as Katie Christensen steps in for the steal. And once again, a Mercury post player that gets out in the open floor and is not quite sure what they want to do with the basketball.
They just can't seem to find the handle.
That proverbial runaway train. That turnover, the 4th for the Mercury. 5 for Charlotte, but Phoenix has managed just 2 points off of those turnovers. Outside, Mazzani fires a quick 3. Can't get it. And we'll have a loose ball foul called down inside on Andrea Stinson as she ran over Katie Christensen, trying to get inside for the rebound.
Katie always seems to get in there and rumble and hustle and get those loose balls.
Now, talking about Kelly Mazzani, second-round pick, number 18 overall, averaged almost 22 points per game in her career there at Penn State University. All-time scorer in Big Ten history. That is men's and women's combined. Taurasi out of the corner. Passes out on the right wing to Christensen, who gets the screen, and it's banged on the way. 12 on the shot clock. Right on the drive. Pull-up pass stolen away by Mazzani. So right now, Phoenix clearly not clicking the way they were on Wednesday afternoon. They trail it here 21-13, a low-scoring first half. Mazzani passing out between the rings to Smith Taylor. Feeds it left wing now to Staley. Staley, quick pass to Stinson. Stinson, dribble drive, cut off. Now back to Staley. 4 on the shot clock. Sutton-Brown on the post up. Turn around in the paint. Can't get it. Christensen fight for the rebound. Sutton-Brown gets it back. And is fouled on the way up. So Sutton-Brown has presented some serious post problems in this first half for Phoenix. She has 6 points and 4 rebounds.
Tammy does a great job of getting low post position, and she's been doing that all night, and they're starting to feed her the ball, and she's been getting easy looks at the basket.
Averaged 8.5 points and nearly 6 rebounds last season, shooting 42% from the floor. Was an all-star back in 2002, so it's no surprise that she is a solid player coming into tonight's game. Their number 2 scorer, almost dead even, though, with Smith Taylor. She's averaging 10 per game.
And their most efficient player.
Gets the 2 free throws as the Sting remain perfect from the stripe at 6 of 6. And Phoenix trailing now by 10, 23-13. DeForge way out of the left wing, back beyond the arc. Quick pass down inside to Taurasi. Taurasi backing down on Stinson. Over the shoulder pass to DeForge. Fire the 3. Won't go down. Sutton-Brown with the rebound. And then Christensen ties her up as she tried to make the outlet. And that is where Katie Christensen really pays dividends.
She does. She's always in there scrambling to get her hands on any ball.
Christensen out of UCSB.
She's a California girl. I didn't know they like to mix it up like that.
She has done that from the day she arrived. Charlotte wins the tip, so they come back looking to build on this 10-point advantage now, 23-13. Phoenix fans get a little antsy, and Mazzani showing her shooting stroke right there. The lead to 12. And now Coach Kerry Graff has seen enough. So Phoenix will take a timeout. It will be a full timeout. We will do the same. 3:52 remaining in the first half. And the Sting lead at 20.
Rattlers face off with John Elway's Colorado Crush. Join Ken Dirtavanis, Craig Grialou, and Ron Wolfley for the play-by-play call. Pre-game coverage begins at 11:40 a.m., kickoff at 12 noon. It's the Rattlers and Colorado Crush, the AFL playoff semifinals, Sunday on ESPN Radio 860.
3:50 remaining here in the ball game in the first half, 25-13. Sting leading the Mercury out of the timeout. Phoenix basketball. The Sting shooting percentage continues to go up. Phoenix, on the other hand, going down. Taurasi gets inside, and the pass knocked down by Mazzanti. Goes out of bounds. It'll stop the shot clock with 11. 3:37 on the game clock. Taurasi will inbound as Flynette Pearson gets ready to check back in. Off to DeForge. DeForge on the drive. Lost it for a second. Flies over to Taylor. 5 on the shot clock. DeForge. Quick 3 and splash down. And a shot the Mercury needed in a big way.
And another tough shot by DeForge. They can't drain the wide open shots, but when somebody's hanging on them, they seem to knock them down.
She's got 5. Pass over the top from Stinson inside to Sutton-Brown. And, boy, she has really created some matchup problems here in the early going.
She has. Help side was a little bit late coming over, and it was an easy 2 for Sutton-Brown.
27-16, lead back to double digits. McCray back on the floor for Phoenix. Pass is out of high to Christensen between the rings. Over to Taurasi. She'll shoot the 3, and bingo, DT, her first tray of the night.
And like you said, another much-needed tray for the night.
Well, we have seen the Mercury post players giving the guards much better screens and picks than what we saw through that first 9 or 10 minutes, it looks like. Mazzani outside, tries to make a move on DeForge, nearly comes up with a steal. 10 on the shot clock, passing out high is Stinson. Stinson bounces up the screen, pass inside Sutton-Brown, 1 dribble left, run over the defender, put the shot up, and knock it down. And Sutton-Brown has 12 points. 29-19. Sutton-Brown, a member of the Canadian national team back in 2000, played in the Olympic Games. Taurasi onto the angle left, goes down low to Taylor. Taylor backing down, spins to her left. Tough baseline J, no good. Christensen rebound, follows, scoring. 29-21. Phoenix trying to pick up the pace a little bit in these final 2 minutes. They've climbed to within 8. Need to stop here. Staley out between the rings, moves to her left, works it up and down with that right hand. Mazzani coming off the cut, stays outside. Back to Staley, 10 on the shot clock. Out high to Smith-Taylor. Smith-Taylor gets inside, can't get the shot, but guess who's there for the putback? You got it. Tammy Sutton-Brown, give her 14.
She's doing everything for him here tonight.
DeForge comes up front court. Left wing pass now to Taylor. Looks across the floor, finds the Christensen out high. Now off to DeForge. Crossover, spin to her right. Look inside for Christensen, not there. Finding Taylor. Little pull up from 10 feet. Good.
That was great movement off the ball by Taylor to cut to the open area.
31-23, under a minute to play here in the first half. Mazzani way out high, even with the time stripe. Now between the rings, now to Smith-Taylor. Far side of the floor, now to Stinson. Stinson beneath the timeline. Works it up and down with the left hand, handing off to Staley. Staley, 8 on the shot clock. Now to Mazzanti. Mazzani, put it on the floor. Kick it out, right wing. Stinson, step in. 2 on the shot clock, and a reach-in foul called by the official against Nikki McCray, and that is a killer. 2 on the shot clock. And Stinson going up for an off-balance shot, just trying to get something up there on the rim.
Exactly. I don't know if that was a bailout call or not. McCray seemed to have pretty good position over there.
Stinson goes to the line. Just 2 points. Coming off of a career low average last season. Average 11 points per game.
Yeah, she hasn't quite hit her mark yet this season. She's been struggling a little bit in the early goings, but I look for her to pick it up here soon.
But as you pointed out, Stinson still has that offensive explosiveness to her game. And on any given night can put up 22, 23, or more. Got a foul there in the backcourt is Mary Andrade, who just checked into the ball game. Just grabbed the wrist of Diana Taurasi for some strange reason. Just a 16th foul, so we've still got 2 more to give here. Taurasi off the inbound. A 1-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Andrade picked up in the dispersal draft the 9th pick from Cleveland. McCray outside to Pearson. Fires on the angle right to Taurasi. Just try to work the clock a little bit here. Andrade trying to stay in front of Taurasi. Left wing to Taylor. Taylor outside. 8 on the shot clock. Taylor, a little pull-up in the paint. Nice soft touch as Andrade went to the floor, but she knocked the shot down nonetheless. Here comes Lewis. Lewis into the front court. 2 seconds. Pull up. Long jumper on the way. No good. But the Sting, with an 8-point lead as they head into the locker room, they sit on top here, 33-25. We're back with a quick first-half recap after this timeout.
With everything.
Charlotte coming into tonight's ball game, a 4-game losing streak, and they have been allowing teams 18 points per game with those turnovers. So really, I think it has to start at the defensive end.
It does. Your defense normally generates your offense, so they're going to have to turn up the tempo and have a lot more energy on the defensive end to transition into some points on the offensive end.
Tammy Sutton-Brown, the only player for either club in double figures. Again, 14 points, 6 rebounds for her, 2 of those being offensive rebounds. For Phoenix, you have Diana Taurasi with 8 points, Anna DeForge with 5, but only 4 points coming off of the Phoenix bench. Nicole Powell, the former Valley product, 8 minutes, 7 points, 4 rebounds.
Yeah, she's come in and played some quality minutes, probably much needed minutes for the Sting.
Pearson will get to start this second half and claims the second half tip, so perhaps that's a sign of things to come here for Phoenix. DeForge out of the corner, fires to the right wing to Pearson. Quick pass, good ball in the opening few seconds here for Phoenix. DeForge back to Taylor, down inside to McCray. McCray gets bumped, puts the shot up. Won't go down as she was bumped and the shot deflected by Sutton-Brown. It's a tough matchup, though. McCray against Tammy Sutton-Brown.
Exactly. She's given up quite a few inches there.
So back comes Dawn Staley and her crew. Looking to build on this lead. Stinson finds herself for a wide-open 3. Won't get it. Pearson pulls down the board. 4th rebound for Fonette Pearson. Here comes Taurasi. Feeds it on the angle left to McCray. Looking down low. Instead, they'll go outside to Pearson. And now a whistle and a foul to be charged against Tammy Sutton-Brown. That's her first.
I guess that could be one way to get her out of the game.
They'll have to work rather quickly. She's still got 5 more. Career high for Sutton-Brown, 22. She scored that back in the 2002 season. DeForge giving chase for the loose ball. And Phoenix catching a break there as Dawn Staley tried to get a hand on it. So the Mercury will maintain possession. 18 on the shot clock. 19:06 left to play here in the ball game. Taurasi inbounds out to DeForge. Off the left wing, DeForge steps in and a reach-in foul called on Dawn Staley. 2-time Olympian, not happy with that call, but I think if she put herself in the coaching position,
right, she
might agree with it a little bit more.
Exactly. She probably would have been yelling at one of her players for reaching behind.
Taurasi trying to get the ball inbounded, and everybody seemed to be moving away from the ball, and that is a problem. So another turnover for Phoenix. They're 6th.
Mercury has to get in sync here early.
Yeah, you can't afford to get down by 13 or 14 points again and try to climb back.
Exactly, especially against a veteran team like the Sting here.
Feaster way outside. She has not scored yet tonight. Only taken 1 field goal attempt. Staley. Taurasi up in her face. Feaster on the drive. Kick a pass back to Smith-Taylor. Back to Staley. 8 on the shot clock. Sutton-Brown in the post-up. Swings it across the lane. Soft jumper over Taylor, and I'll tell you what, Penny Taylor defended about as well as he possibly could. 16 points for Tammy Sutton-Brown. McCray out between the rings. Feeds it to DeForge. Down inside to Taurasi, coming off a low post screen, and have a foul called away. 35-25, a 10-point Charlotte lead. Their biggest has been a dozen. Phoenix led by 4 early on, 4-0. McCray on the inbound, and almost another 5-second call. And now they tried to feed it inside to Pearson.
They're just not in sync right now. They're not working together. Someone needs
going to check in now for, well, I guess they're going to wave her off, so it'll be the next dead ball foul. What were you going to say, Tanya?
No, someone needs to bring the group together and calm everybody down and get them back on the same page.
Ordinarily, that is the job of Diana Taurasi, and one that she excels in. Now McCray will sit down and Taurasi will come in, so Coach Carrie Graff going to go to a bigger lineup. And one of the few times that she has done so this season. Ordinarily will play small and force the other team's hand, but right now it is Trudy Lacey's club that is dictating pretty much everything.
Right, you have to find some way to slow Sutton-Brown down, and hopefully by the insertion of Tuvich, hopefully that'll be a bigger body on Tammy and give her harder looks at the basket.
18:07 left. Got a clock verification here. They will reset it to 22. Staley brings it out on the right wing now to Stinson. Looking down low for Sutton-Brown again as they have matched up Tuvich on her. Tuvich has just one personal foul. Now we get a jump ball being called as DeForge and Tuvich both jump out on the double team. Nice job there by Phoenix.
Since he has 2 hats with that jump ball there. Probably going against Tuvich, I wouldn't be happy either.
Tuvich tapping it over to DeForge, then loses it to Smith-Taylor, and then DeForge takes it from right between her legs. Taylor, feed Taurasi, run it up off the glass, get it. And those are the points they have been so desperately seeking tonight. They finally get them on a little fast break action. 10 points for Diana Taurasi. Staley outside, now to Stinson. DeForge stays right up in her face. Stinson, only 4 points tonight. Back outside. Swings it far side of the floor, down to Smith-Taylor. Left wing to Feaster. Put it on the floor. Quick pull-up baseline. Got it. First points of the night for Allison Feaster.
Feaster's another veteran I look to get on the road here soon. She struggled early, but she can also put some numbers up. She was their leading scorer last year.
DeForge, pull back 3, won't get it. Smith-Taylor leaping high for the rebound. Yeah, you're right. Feaster averaging 12.5 points a game last season, and now we get a loose ball foul called in the backcourt against Lynette Pearson. That'll be her first. Second team foul. 37-27, 10-point lead as Charlotte has maintained that comfortable double-digit advantage. Feaster out of the angle, right side. Now between the rings to Sutton-Brown. Swing it to Stinson. And now another foul call, this being charged on Pearson as well. So 2 quick personals on Lynette Pearson.
There's a lot of contact when the players are cutting across the lane. They're trying to bump the players to throw them off their normal paths, and they're picking up some cheap fouls.
Don't want to pick those up too quickly based on the first half free throw shooting numbers for Charlotte. We're 7 of 7. Feaster outside, works down the right side of the floor. Back now to Staley. 7 on the shot clock. Staley off the left elbow to Stinson. Stinson bouncing back outside. 3, 2. Smith-Taylor won't get a shot up as she got the pass late. Nice team defense there by Phoenix.
The Sting is a team that will look to use the clock. And the majority of the time, they often get a shot off, but they will look to use the clock and look for a good shot.
Taylor feeds it out of the right side now to DeForge, looking for Tuvich. Tuvich way out of the corner. Back to DeForge. Tuvich trying to post up on Feaster. Gets the feed again. Feaster on her hip. Tuvich on the turn. Spin. Step in. Can't get the shot. Tap back. DeForge got a hand on it, but couldn't control. Outlet into the front court now to Staley. Staley off the right elbow. Will back it down as Sutton-Brown and Tuvich just going at it like a couple of linebackers.
Exactly. That's a lot of banging going on down there.
And both of them bang down to the floor as Sutton-Brown just lowering her shoulder and throwing it to the chest of Slovanaga Tuvich. Well, Tuvich checks in at 6'4", Sutton-Brown at 6'4".
Hey, a battle of the bigs.
And both are solidly built, have very strong legs, great lower base. Feaster off the screen, and Charlotte Smith-Taylor is going to be hit with the illegal screen there, and she's the one on the floor. She's trying to figure that one out.
Exactly. How can she end up on the floor and with the foul?
Now Smith-Taylor she'll stay on the floor. I thought for a moment she was going to check out. Instead, it's Stinson as Nicole Powell will come back in. And let's see if the Mercury have a better answer for the rookie out of Stanford. Played her high school ball at Mountain Point. Just a tremendous all-around athlete, Nicole Powell. Taurasi off the cut. Thought the feed was for somebody else, and there's a turnover. Phoenix, number 8. Timeout on the floor. 15:53 to play in a ball game. It's a 10-point Charlotte lead, 37-27. Here from America West Arena in downtown Phoenix, it's the Charlotte Sting leading the Mercury 37-27. This is a Sting team that advanced to the postseason once again. In fact, 6 out of their 7 years they have been in the playoffs. 18-16 last year, but the last 2 seasons they have been swept out of the postseason. Sutton-Brown and the Sting with the basketball out of the timeout. Feaster way up high off the left side of the floor, now between the rings to Staley. Staley looks to the near side. Powell flashes across. Now Feaster bounces out. Instead, it's Smith-Taylor with the basketball, and a quick jump foul being called. But Smith-Taylor did not like the fact that Anna DeForge snuck up on her and shot her a
not at all. Exactly. I think she was ready to give her a quick elbow.
Smith-Taylor winning the jump, but Taurasi sneaks into the lane and gets the easy lay-in. And 12 points for DT on her 22nd birthday.
The Mercury needs some quick, easy buckets in order to get them back in the game. They're struggling in the half-court set.
Back within 8, 37-29. They've got to get some stops. Sutton-Brown fighting for post position. They go right down to her. Locked up with Tuvich. Swings a pass near side to Feaster. Feaster on the drive. Pull up right elbow. Lay it down.
That's another person you don't want to get started early. You don't want it to get too hot on you, because she can light it up and shoot it quick.
There's no doubt about that. Originally drafted by the LA Sparks, number 5 overall back in 1998. Had a wonderful collegiate career. Now we'll have an offensive foul being called on Diana Taurasi. That'll be her second. 39-29, 10-point lead is the Sting maintaining that cushion. DeForge will sit down. Sharika Wright will come in as Trudy Lacey also goes to her bench with Tanisha Lewis. Graduate of NC State back in 2001. Powell flips back off the left wing, puts it on the floor. Little pull-up. Shot won't go down. Tuvich leans in for the rebound. Handed off now to Taurasi. Up into the front court. Fires a bullet pass now to Taylor. Back to Tuvich. Tuvich swings it to right. Off to Taurasi. Taurasi looks down low to Taylor. Taylor backing down. Low block left. Step in. Beautiful. Beautiful play there by Penny Taylor. Little hesitation. Got Smith-Taylor up and just stepped underneath for the easy lay-in.
Penny Taylor's another person that can heat up in a second and give you some good quality minutes and the point production.
Well, that's a play they may want to go back to. Powell steps outside, now on the dribble drive. Kicks a pass near side to Lewis. Lewis on the penetration. Pull up in the paint. Got it. Boy, Phoenix can't get that one extra stop they need. As that pushes it back to a 10-point lead now, 41-31. Pearson outside, 13:24 to play, lots of time left. Taylor puts it on the floor, slip inside, takes another runner off the window, and knock it down. 10 points for Penny Taylor. Taylor will depart tomorrow morning for Australia, where she will be for just over a week as she works out with the Australian national team in an effort to secure a spot on the Olympic roster, which seems pretty much a sure thing. Powell comes up the screen, fires a three, won't get it. Loose ball foul called down inside.
Exactly, and the Mercury will be without her services against LA on Friday.
Foul being charged against Tuvich. That'll be her third. Now, you're right, she will miss the one game as they looked at the big picture based on the schedule. They felt like that was the best time for her to go. Obviously had to get there for at least one round of workouts in order to secure that spot. Lewis outside, trying to move past Taylor, who does a nice job of staying in front of her. Lewis working it up and down with the left hand. 12 on the shot clock. Smith-Taylor way outside, loses his dribble, off to Sutton-Brown. Lewis, 6 on the shot clock, now backs it out. Comes up the screen. Tried to split the defense, lost it. Outlet into the front court to Taurasi. Taurasi drive over the shoulder runner. Shot won't go down, but she draws the foul. And Taurasi's showing you some of that little magic that she pulls out of her hip pocket every so often. As she just about had a Jordan and Bryant-like shot. Pearson will sit down as Tamara Moore comes back now into the lineup for Phoenix. 41-33, a chance to get as close as they have been since late in the first half. Moore way outside off of the inbound. Fires it to the rookie, Sharika Wright. Back across the floor to Taurasi. Taurasi on the drive. Tough runner. Can't get it. Follows on the miss. Taps it back out now to Tamara Moore. Taurasi off the left wing. Skip pass far side to Moore. Moore with Powell defending on her. Spin move on Powell. Back to Taylor. Taylor head and shoulder fake. 16 on the shot clock, so she'll back it out and set it back up. Taurasi now between the rings, comes off the Moore screen. Flip it into the corner to Wright. Wright pump fake. Leaner off the glass, rims in and out. Can't get it, but the follow. She goes back. Up is the shot blocked. Swing it far side. Taurasi shoots the long three and bury it. 41-36. Phoenix within 5. And Trudy Lacey wants to take a timeout. And Taurasi trying to get her teammates fired up here. A 20-second timeout called by Trudy Lacey. Well, Mercury fans, coming up on Saturday, June 19th from 2 to 4 p.m., your favorite Mercury players will be at Paradise Valley Mall to kick off the Westport Gift with Purchase program. Get autographs, take pictures, and shoot some hoops. The WNBA's fastest rising team. For more information, visit PhoenixMercury.com. 41-36. It's a 5-point Charlotte lead. And this is one of those little mini runs that, as a team that's lost 4 straight, can kind of get the wheels flowing if you're the Charlotte Sting.
Exactly. The Sting, they're used to coming from behind, but now they're ahead at this point, and I don't think they're looking to relinquish the lead that easy.
Has not had too many positions this season that they've had the lead at this point in the ball game. Powell way outside, looking down inside to Sutton-Brown. Powell moves to her left, cut off by Taylor. Back across the floor to Smith-Taylor. 4 on the shot clock. Puts it on the floor, drives through traffic, and then throws an elbow up into the chest of Tamara Moore.
Boy, if looks could kill, Charlotte really giving her opponent some faces.
Timeout on the floor, 11:05 remaining in the ball game. 41-36 to count.
Come see for yourself today. Call 888-KB-HOMES. That's 888-KB-HOMES. Or visit kbhome.com for a community location nearest you. Call 888-KB-HOMES.
11:05 remaining in the ball game here from downtown Phoenix at America West Arena. Kevin Ray, Tanya Edwards with you. The Sting with a lead, 41-36, but the crowd sensing a little momentum swing here as Diana Taurasi has given them reason once again to believe. Feaster coming off the left wing. Moore cuts her off. Sutton-Brown way outside. 3 on the shot clock. Stinson inside. Feaster turn around right at the buzzer. Boy, a tough shot there from Allison Feaster, the veteran out of Hartford.
Exactly. Tamara Moore was draped all over.
43-36. Quells the noise for a moment. Taurasi trying to get inside with Smith-Taylor. And this will be charged on Charlotte Smith-Taylor. That'll be her second personal foul. Each team with 5 team fouls. 10:28 left to play. 20 on the shot clock. Inbound outside to Taylor. Fires it far side of the floor now to Moore. Back beyond the arc, even with the time stripe. Down low to Taurasi. Taurasi working against Feaster. Taurasi, little pull-up baseline J up over Feaster. Sticks it in. And Taurasi with a game-high 17. She's got 9 of those coming in his second half.
Taurasi's looking to take on the scoring load on her shoulders. She's looking to do whatever it takes to get this team over the hump.
Smith-Taylor down inside, finds the cutting Lewis. Spin pass back to Feaster. Back beyond the arc. 7 on the shot clock. Back outside to Lewis. Down to 5. Lewis back beyond the screen. Fire the 3 and drains it. Tanisha Lewis. My goodness, averaged 3 points per game last season and has doubled that average so far this year. Quick bullet pass. Taurasi down inside of the rookie right. Slips inside, gets hammered as she goes up for the shot, and no foul call. 46-38. Here comes Charlotte. Fans not happy with that non-call.
So Sutton-Brown came right over the top and wiped it away. And
Lewis trying to work to her right. Has 7 points on the night now. Outside is Smith-Taylor. Finding Feaster. Feaster outside. Put it on the floor. Driving. Lost the dribble. And now a tripping call on Tamara Moore. Boy, some head-scratching calls coming here tonight as Feaster was falling forward and Tamara Moore was backing up. So Tamara Moore's legs must be longer than what she figures there. Right at 9 minutes to play. Feaster out on the right wing, back beyond the arc. Moore in front of her. Now to Smith-Taylor. Pearson defending there to Stinson. Stinson way outside, looking to Staley. Bounces out between the rings to get the basketball. 3 on the shot clock. Fires at baseline J up and in for Allison Feaster, who has come up money in this second half of the Charlotte Sting. All 8 of her points coming in the first 11.5 minutes.
Exactly, and the Sting doing a good job of moving the ball around, and they're milking the clock as well.
48-38. Tuvich outside, looking at Pearson. Tuvich eyes the 18-footer and knocks it down. Well, that's a shot that she can hit. First 2 points of the night for Tuvich. 48-40. Staley and company doing just what they want to do, working the clock. Stinson out between the rings now. Pearson defending on her. Down to 7 on the shot clock. Trying the crossover. Pearson staying up in front. Stinson, long 3, won't get it. Feaster slips inside of the rebound. And then a jump ball call, fortunately, as Moore got a quick hand on it. Phoenix catching a break there. We'll see if they can win the tip. 7:48 to play. It's an 8-point Charlotte lead, 48-40.
Pat, you know people with tile roofs, don't you?
Sure, Marty. Why?
Can you get
the number 3 field goal shooting team in the league, only behind the Phoenix Mercury, who sits there at number 2 in terms of field goal percentage. New York at number 1. But right now, Charlotte is running their offense to a T. They're 7 of 11 in this second half. And 2 or 3 of those shots, Tanya Edwards, have come as the shot clock just ready to expire.
Exactly. The Sting has always been a team that will massage the ball and look to get a great look at the basket. They're a team that won't force up a lot of helter-skelter shot, so to speak.
Out of the timeout, Phoenix wins the jump ball with Tamara Moore. Feed inside right on the cut. And a charging foul called on Sharika Wright.
Nothing seems to be going the Mercury way.
Well, they passed to Pearson in the high post. She fed the cutting Sharika Wright. And it certainly appeared as though the defender was slow in getting over, but that'll be the 16th foul and gives Charlotte the basketball back as they lead it 48-40. Staley being bumped as she works into the front court by Moore. Right wing feed now to Stinson. Stinson with Taurasi defending on her. Trying to look inside for Sutton-Brown as Tuvich has closed that one off. And now we'll have an offensive foul called on Dawn Staley. Moving screen.
Staley didn't seem to like that one too much. She had a couple jumps to go with that one.
48-40, 7:17 remaining. Clock's not an issue yet, but you can't continue to flirt with that double-digit deficit too long here, Tanya.
Exactly, and every time Mercury tried to get a run on, the Sting were able to answer with a big bucket.
That foul, the way, the 5th for Staley, so she will go to the bench, which actually may not be a good thing for Phoenix because Tanisha Lewis comes back in. Staley only had 2 points. Lewis has 7. Moore looks outside. Nowhere to go. Spins back to her right. On the dribble drive. Kick it to Pearson. Right wing. 16-footer up and in. 48-42. Once again, within 6. They've been as close as 5 in this second half. At 41-36 as Moore taps it out of the hands of Lewis.
The Mercury definitely needs to attack the basket a lot more. They need to put the pressure on the Sting to make them play defense.
Charlotte with only 5 team fouls. 6:47 to play. Lewis back outside. Now to Stinson, looking for Sutton-Brown again, but Tuvich has done an outstanding job of preventing her to get that deep post position. Feaster flips inside, left-hand scoop shot, and Allison Feaster has just taken over this second half. 10 points, and she'll go to the line looking for her 11th. And for Tuvich, that will be her 4th personal foul as Coach Carrie Graff is going to go back to her bench and back to her starter, Penny Taylor. Boy, tough break there, but Feaster has just come out of nowhere this second half.
Exactly. She already has her season average here in the second half.
Feaster only attempted 1 field goal in the first 20 minutes. Misses the free throw, though.
And she's a great free throw shooter at that.
50-42. Tamara Moore brings it over to the front court for Phoenix. Spins back to her right. Keeps coming. Dumps a pass to Pearson. Can't handle it. And who touched it last? Last touch, they say, by Charlotte. So Phoenix will maintain possession. 18 on the shot clock. 6:22 on the game clock. Moore passes over the top outside now to Taurasi. Taurasi, left wing feed now to Moore. Moore to right. Good ball reversal as they go to Taylor. Passing out high, looks for a cutter, nowhere to go. 6 on the shot clock. Across the floor, Taurasi, long 3. Bang!
That was all set up by a great flare screen.
50-45. DT's got him back within 5 here. And she's got 20 on the night. Sutton-Brown off the left elbow, turns, passes to Lewis. Pearson hits the deck. Bodies flying all over the place. Sutton-Brown out to Feaster. Shoot the 3. Just grazing the front of the iron. Taurasi rebound. Outlet front pass to Pearson. Pearson lean in left hand. Get it. Phoenix within 3. And Trudy Lacey wants to call a 20-second timeout here as Lewis brings it up into the front court. Well, you hear the fans.
The Mercury scored some much-needed transition points. They were having a hard time struggling, scoring in the half-court set. They've been able to get quite a few buckets here in the second half in transition.
Well, drawings for Powerball are held every Wednesday and Saturday night. Tomorrow night's Powerball jackpot, an estimated $21 million. Powerball power numbers presented by the Arizona Lottery. We've got your ticket. 5:28 left to play. Phoenix as close as they have been since about the midway point of the first half. And the surge has been led by their defense, and as a result, getting some easy offensive points, as we saw right there from Lynette Pearson. And Coach Carrie Graff is pretty much stuck with this lineup that has begun to swing the momentum. It's one of the first times all season long that we haven't seen Diana DeForge on the floor at this juncture in the ball game.
Exactly. Graff is going with 3 rookies right now, and they're doing a great job out there.
Lewis trying to work against Tamara Moore. Goes to her right. Cut off. Back outside to Feaster, who's had a big second half. Now to Stinson. Stinson looks across the wing. Back out between the rings to Lewis. 8 on the shot clock. Feaster off the cut. Free throw line extended. Looks down low. Not there. Into the corner. Stinson steps in. 2 on the shot clock. Scott Richardson can't get the shot up. Shot clock violation.
Great defense by the Mercury. They seem to cut off every cutter that came off screens. They were looking to cover up. They did a great job of helping.
Well, Sharika Wright will take a seat, and Nikki McCray will come in. A 3-point Charlotte lead. Feaster matched up with Taurasi as they bump into one another. Now Taurasi calling for it out high. Feaster gets a hand in. Passes high post out of Pearson. Pearson backing down. Looks for a cutter. Can't get it. Step back, shoot it. And she will get that. And Pearson has come to life here. And Phoenix within 1, 50-49. Lewis being harassed defensively by Moore. Doing a marvelous job of staying up in front of her. Lewis works it up and down the right hand. Goes down, low block right to Smith-Taylor. Smith-Taylor steps on the inline, lean in, and boy, a tough shot there from the veteran. Charlotte Smith-Taylor, only her 4th point of the night. Well, that was a huge field goal. Prevents the Mercury from getting the lead. They can, at the very least, get a tie with a 3. Pearson, free throw line extended, looks to her left. Back outside to Taurasi. Taurasi started to square up for the 3. Kicks it down to Pearson. Underhands a pass inside. And we'll have a foul called on Charlotte. Loose ball foul charged on Olympia Scott Richardson. We'll get a timeout on the floor. Could be a wild ride to the finish. Stay with it. 3:55 to play. 52-49, staying on top.
The Room Store, Arizona's #1 furniture store, is
America West Arena. Kevin Ray, Tanya Edwards with you tonight. Phoenix within 3, 52-49. The Charlotte Sting have led for the majority of this ball game. In fact, they have lead by as many as 12. Phoenix got within 1 just a few moments ago, but Smith-Taylor hit a big shot. On the post-up, Taurasi spin inside on the rookie. Mazzani can't get the shot. Tap back out. Controlled by Taylor. So they'll get a reset here. And a huge second opportunity for the Mercury. 3:39 to play. Taurasi calls for it. Mazzani out of the Big 10, defending on her. Taylor back to Pearson. Right elbow jumper. No good. Tapped out. Nobody there but Mazzani for the Sting. Well, a couple of good open looks, but Phoenix couldn't knock him down. Dawn Staley back on the floor for the Sting as she tries to shake free. Interesting here that Trudy Lacey goes to the rookie Mazzani, but maybe looking for a little more scoring punch. As Allison Feaster, who had given her that, goes to the bench.
Exactly. But this Sting team is loaded with scores.
5 on the shot clock. Stinson inside. Nice, strong left-hand move by Sutton-Brown. Boy, a beautiful feed by Stinson. I have no idea how Sutton-Brown managed to get that one up and in, but it's a 54-49 lead now. Under 3 to play. So big possession here for Phoenix. Taurasi calling for it. Can't get it to her. Now she does so again. Left of the lane. Turnaround. No good. Rebound Smith-Taylor. And Phoenix looking for those offensive rebounds now. Can't get them.
Exactly, but they're doing what they need to do. They need to post Taurasi up and keep going to her.
Moore with a near steal will knock it out of bounds. Stops the clock with 2:25 and 16 on the shot clock. Stinson will sit down, and Allison Feaster will come back into the ball game. Now Diana DeForge comes in. DeForge has sat for a good portion of this second half. And McCray will sit down. So Carrie Graff knows she's got to get a little offensive punch out there on the floor for her team, trailing by 5 here. Smith-Taylor comes up the screen, tries to drive past Pearson, does so. Feed it inside to Sutton-Brown. The ball went off of her leg and then went off of the leg of Lynette Pearson. It will go out of bounds, but just 3 on the shot clock here for the Sting. 2:12 on the game clock. Charlotte looking for the first win against a Western Conference team. Inbound, stolen by Moore. Moore passes to Taurasi, who gives it right back. Pretty significant offensive possession here for Phoenix. They've got to get something on this. Taurasi, nowhere to go. Hands it off to DeForge, who was tapped out of bounds by Mazzanti. 12 on the shot clock. 1:53 on the game clock. Pass down to the right wing now to Pearson. Pearson passes back. 7 on the shot clock. Moore on the drive. Moore bounces inside, up off the window, can't get it. Pearson on the rebound with a follow, but she's fouled before the shot goes up. Foul being charged on Sutton-Brown. Boy, nice play there by Tamar Moore just to try to get to the rim and make something happen as the shot clock was winding down. Each team with 17 fouls right now.
Exactly. The Mercury has to be aware of the shot clock when it's running down, and Tamara was extremely heady in seeing that the ball needed to get to the basket.
Taylor off of the inbound. Left wing feed now to Pearson. Pearson looking down inside for Taurasi. Back across the floor they go instead to DeForge. DeForge works the right wing, defended by Mazzanti. DeForge spins back off to Taylor. Taylor on the backdoor cut. Moore inside, blocked from behind by Sutton-Brown.
Sutton-Brown just not going away. She's doing it on both ends of the floor.
6 block shots tonight for the Charlotte Sting, and that is 4 for Tammy Sutton-Brown.
The Mercury is starting to stand a little bit in their offense. Only 1 or 2 people are looking to cut. They need to get a little bit more continuity to their offense.
Boy, big foul right there off of the inbound is Kelly Mazzanti, the rookie, charged with holding Anna DeForge. So not only sends DeForge to the line, is the Stinger in the penalty now, though they have not put that 8th-team foul up on the board. But it stops the clock with 1:17. DeForge comes in on the season, shooting 75% from the line. Gets that one to go down.
This could definitely help the Mercury shave some points off the lead, especially with the clock being stopped.
Well, almost gives them an extra possession as DeForge gets the pair. 54-51. Now they've got to get a stop. Mazzanti out of the backcourt. DeForge staying in front of her. Mazzanti out of the left wing now out between the rings. Hands it off to Smith-Taylor, who gives it off to Dawn Staley. Smith-Taylor comes off the screen. Keeps coming. Stops on the right wing. Off to Staley. Staley looking inside to Sutton-Brown. Backing down. Underhand pass to Smith-Taylor. Back into the corner. And a 3-second lane violation called on Sutton-Brown. Wow. 52.3 remaining in the ball game. And that call came with 1 second on the shot clock.
The Mercury really need to execute their offense.
Moore off the inbound. We'll see what Phoenix tries to work for. Moore gives up the dribble, passes to Pearson, nearly goes out of bounds and try to save the pass. Pearson bottled up on the far side. Gets it outside to DeForge. 13 on the shot clock. DeForge on the crossover, tied up by Mazzanti. Off to Pearson. Into the corner to Taurasi. Off balance 3. Off the back of the iron, no good. Smith-Taylor off of the rebound. Can't get rid of the basketball. Finally does, and nobody is fouling. And finally, Anna DeForge runs up and knocks over Dawn Staley as about 15 seconds burned off of the clock. And that was an offensive possession. They just had trouble written all over it. A little bit surprised that Moore had a wide open path to the basket as she dribbled up into the front court, elected to stop and curl back around.
I think a lot of that just goes with experience. I think they were looking probably just to get the 3 to tie the game instead of attacking the basket, getting the easy 2, then coming back down the floor.
Dawn
looking to get a
Staley
stop.
At the line with a free throw, one of the best in the game. Calls a timeout. 5:51, Sting with the lead. Dawn Staley, the veteran out of Virginia, will go to the line to shoot one more free throw here. Staley with just 3 points on the night. Give her 4. And Phoenix will call a timeout. And it's going to be a 20, so we'll keep it right here. Well, spacious floor plans, features, and a choice KB Home gives you all in a neighborhood. You'll call home. Come see for yourself today. Call 888-KB-HOMES or visit kbhome.com for a community location nearest you. All right, Sonia Edwards, put your coach's cap on here. 56-51, a 2-possession game. So, do you go for the quick 3 or do you go for the 2 and a foul?
I would go for the 2 and a foul. They haven't been exactly lighting it up from the arc, so get a sure thing. And this thing probably let them get a drive to the basket or something like that anyway, just to get the ball back, because they have pretty good free throw shooters.
Phoenix is 4 of 11 from beyond the arc tonight. Tamara Moore off the inbound into the front court. Gets it to DeForge. DeForge turns, fires quick 3, misses everything. Off the backboard, Smith-Taylor with a rebound, and she'll be fouled in the backcourt. And that can just about seal it up if Smith-Taylor can hit the free throws coming up here. Well, the Sting shooting 54% from the floor, and it was that spurt of another kind that allowed Charlotte to get the lead. And head coach Trudy Lacey talking about spurts that have been the undoing of her team in this 4-game losing streak, where they would cough the ball up and team would get points off turnovers. But tonight, that has not been the case. Phoenix has only scored 8 points off the 10 turnovers. And Charlotte about as efficient offensively as can numerous times tonight, running the shot clock down to 3 and 2, and a couple of times 1, with Allison Feaster hitting a couple of buzzer beaters.
Exactly. This thing looks to wear you down by just making you play defense the entire time, and that can take a toll over you over the course of the game.
11.5 left. Full timeout. We step aside here as well.
We all do it. Adjust the radio, reach for something in another part of the car, rubberneck at things outside. Distraction is a factor in at least 25% of all motor vehicle crashes. AAA reminds everyone that driving requires your full attention. Talking on the phone, grooming, eating and drinking, even talking to others in the car are potentially dangerous activities and should be regarded as such. So stay focused. Keep your mind on the road. For more information, contact AAAFoundation.org.
Only one Valley All Sports radio station has the worldwide resources of ESPN, which brings you live coverage of the NBA playoffs and finals, Major League Baseball, and the Bowl Championship Series. Only one Valley All Sports radio station has the worldwide resources of ESPN, which brings you SportsCenter updates every 20 minutes. Only one Valley All Sports radio station has the worldwide resources of ESPN, and that station is ESPN Radio 860.
Do you want to help eliminate poverty housing? Do you want to provide low-income families a chance for a safe and decent home? Do you want Phoenix to be a leader in solving the housing crisis in our community? If you said yes, Habitat for Humanity invites you to work in partnership to build new homes for families in need. Volunteers from every walk of life are needed, and you could be part of the partnership. Log on to habitataz.org or call 602-268-9022 to find out how you can get involved.
Now introducing our starting lineup. The ESPN Radio Morning Show, weekday mornings at 3. The Herd with Colin Cowherd at 7. The Dan Patrick Show at 10. The Sports Bash at 1. Roy Garibaldi and the Positive Side of Sports at 4 p.m. That's a lineup that can't be beat, and it can only be found right here on ESPN Radio 860.
It should have been a good
11.5 remaining in a ball game. Phoenix will inbound, trailing 57-51. Moore looking across the floor, brings it out to Pearson. Pearson turns, fires a quick 3. It's an air ball. DeForge tries to save it, but not in time. 8.9 remaining. And it has been that kind of game for the Phoenix Mercury. And give the Charlotte Sting a whole lot of credit, because they have contested just about everything the Mercury have tried to do offensively tonight.
They have. Regardless of what the Sting record is, they are a very good defensive team, and a lot of times that's overlooked when you're not playing well.
Staley will walk down to the other end and check that. It'll be Feaster at the free throw line. Point Feaster. 1 field goal attempt in the first half. did not score. And just as they did in the first half, the little second half spurt. And it came none too soon for the Sting, as Phoenix had climbed within one at 50-49. But then the hoop from Feaster and the hoop from Charlotte Smith-Taylor gave them a little breathing room, as Phoenix will take a timeout at 20, so we'll keep it right here.
Right, the Sting was able to hit some tough shots underneath the basket there that could have just rolled either way, and unfortunately for the Mercury, it didn't fall in our favor.
Well, the Mercury will host the first ever father-daughter two-ball tournament for girls ages 8 to 13 on Saturday, June the 12th. That's coming up tomorrow, gang. Winning teams from each of the 3 age divisions will be recognized during the Mercury LA Sparks game Friday, June 18th. T-shirts and other great prizes available. Sign up today at PhoenixMercury.com. More on the inbound. Fires outside to Pearson. Pearson leans in for a three, trying to get some contact. Taylor pulls down the air ball. Staley will have it. Clock will stop with 0.5, and this one is over. 59-51. The Sting will grab a much-needed win, just their second road win of the season. Their first against a Western Conference opponent, and a very difficult loss for the Mercury. Snaps their winning streak here in the home floor and pulls their record to 4-4 overall. We're back with a quick game recap after this.
The radio play-by-play home of the WNBA Phoenix Mercury. Join Kevin Ray all season long on ESPN Radio 860 KMVP Phoenix.
The Room Store, Arizona's #1 furniture store, is celebrating the grand opening of our newest Broyhill Showcase in Ahwatukee with grand opening sale prices in all 8 stores. Save up to 50% off and get 0 down and 0 interest till January 2006 with no minimum purchase. Don't miss the grand